Hey, Kristin, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I am super excited.
I am excited too. I feel like we've met a couple years now in a row at Social Media Marketing World. And it wasn't until
Yes.
I started putting this summit together that I realized how aligned our businesses were. Like we've just never actually talked business. So I'm so excited that we made that realization and that you've been able to find the time because your schedule is all sorts of crazy. So the fact that you've been able to find the time to pour so much value into the Become Influential virtual summit, which is happening June 8th through 12th, is amazing and so appreciated. So thank you so much for that.
No, thank you for even asking me to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're part of this. So I know I've already said it. I'm going to say it again. So you're
Thank
going to be
you.
presenting on Friday, which is our day for monetization and diversification. So before we get too deep into how you are going to teach us to make some more money in our business without stressing out or spending too much time, let's can you share a little bit about your story? I know there's so many facets, but tell me a little bit about how you got started in this entrepreneurial space and what your family dynamic looks like.
Sure. So this all started because I met my husband and married him like 6 months later. He was active duty Navy and we moved from Indiana to Virginia. And within, I want to say like 3 or 4 months of being married, I ended up getting pregnant with our oldest. And I just could not bring myself to work a job that I could, like, I was working at a high end clothing store. And I struggled with the fact that with my 2 week paycheck, I still could not afford anything in the store. And I just remember talking to my husband, having this conversation saying, I can't do this. I need to quit. He supported me and I never looked back. I think that was like 6 years ago, possibly. And so when I had my daughter, I kind of realized, I kind of want to do more than, wipe butts and clean a house. And I get that some people love that, but I wanted more. And so that's when I learned about the world of entrepreneurship. And since then, we've moved 3 times. My husband actually lives in Japan right now. I have 2 toddlers because we moved 3 times, had a baby, bought a house, sold a house, and my husband moved. And I found entrepreneurship and really started building my business, which is what I have now, which is called Monetize Mama. And I am basically a consulting agency, and we set up culture systems for clients. And so a part of that was I really wanted to help moms set up their businesses in a way that they can truly live the lifestyle they desire, which is spend time with your kids and not get stuck in the business in the weeds of trying to figure out how to build and grow. And from that, that's how everything was born and kind of brought me to today. And like Meg mentioned, we met at Social Media Marketing World, and I love going because there's no kids. So the first year we met, I truly only went because I needed a break. And it was a way for me to write it off as a business expense, like the hotel and the time away. And I kind of fell in love with the conference. And then we started seeing each other year after year.
And that's the thing, like you still need a break, even though you leave the 9 to 5, you leave the corporate world, however you want to call it, to be an entrepreneur because you want to spend more time with your kids. And I always talk about,
Yeah.
you illustrated this too. People talk about work-life balance and it's not balanced. Like that's the thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
never a balance. You want to spend like a disproportionate amount of time with your family. When people talk about work-life balance, that's what they really want. Less time at work and more time with family. But that
Yeah.
being said, you still need the break. And that's okay.
Yes.
And that is
Yes.
okay. And I just think, I'm not a military spouse. I have friends who are military or military spouses, but I can't pretend to know what that life is like.
Yeah.
But I always think I don't know. I just always have like a level of admiration for families who are not only willing to sacrifice their potentially their lives, their families, their all of that for our country. I don't know. So I appreciate you and your family and your sacrifice.
Thank you. I truly appreciate that.
Now let's kind of shift and talk about the summit and the topic that you're going to be discussing. I know we've gone back and forth on the name of this, but basically
Yes.
we're going to talk about how we can make more money without spending more time and without getting more clients. So I think a lot of people think, oh, I need to make more money, therefore I need more leads, I need more offers, I need more, and they add all this stuff, and then they can't really figure out because they don't have a system. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're going to teach and what people are going to learn when they come to your session on Friday, June 12th?
Yes. So my session, and look, I had to type it up because I keep forgetting the name of my own session. But the session is double your income without increasing your work hours or your client workload. And the reason I chose that is because, like I said, I've been in this business for 3 years and really helping these moms figure out how, what I call, find their work-life rhythm. And so with that, I kind of found that a lot of clients are constantly paying for or strategizing on how to bring in new clients. And it's exhausting. You have to create the marketing, you have to get on the sales calls, you have to figure out how to sell, what you're selling. It's just so much work compared to when I realized I don't want to do that. It's kind of for me, for the birds. I realized the best way that you could really make more money is by using the clients that already said yes to you. So inside of my training, I'm basically going to be teaching what I call my systems that serve framework. And it's basically first starting off with building a business that you truly dream of, not the business you have today, but the business you see yourself having 5 to 10 years from now. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to cook. I want a chef. I want a house cleaner. I want nannies. I want all the things. And I only want to work 4 hours a day while making multiple 6 figures or 7-figure business. And so because that's the direction I want to go, I want to help clients see what that is and build a business based off of that and not the struggle bus that we're on today. And I'm using quotations for those who are listening to the podcast because we tend to build based on what we can see and not what our hearts desire or not what we're destined to create. And so that's where we start off with, really identifying what that future looks like. And then the next step is the profit. Like, I'm going to touch on profit because it's not something talked about a lot in business. We build these businesses to change our lifestyles, not to live paycheck to paycheck in our business. So I'm going to touch on like making sure that you set up profit in your business because that helps you not have to stress about how many clients you need. And then it goes into us talking about what those programs are. I focus solely on service-based business owners, but if you have like a product or something like that, it could work for you too. I'm going to touch on how to structure your offers in a way that leads clients from one offer to the next. Using that one simple method took me from working with clients for $500 a month for 3-month increments to closing someone in a $500 package, upgrading them into a $1,500, and then upgrading them into a $3,000 within 60 days. And having that kind of thing in your business, when they say yes to you once, they will say yes to you again, and they will bring their friends. So you kind of don't even have to market. I kind of laugh and tell people, I have no clue what's on my website right now. People constantly say, hey, I went to your website. It's so cool. I have no clue what's on there because I know it does not reflect my current services and offers, because the way that I set my business up, my clients love me and they refer business to me, and I don't really have to focus on the marketing. I literally did my first Facebook Live today since September, and we're in May. But I've still been closing clients, and last month and the month before were my highest grossing months in my business through this COVID-19 epidemic, pandemic, whatever term you want to use. And I know that was a mouthful. And then the last part of the presentation is we talked about, identifying where you want to go, making sure your profit margins are there, setting up your programs to work right, and then it's setting up the platforms, the systems that could really automate your business so that you don't have to work day and night, you don't have to stay attached to your computer, and you could really do what you need to do in the time that you want to allow yourself. If that's 15 hours a week, 20, 40, whatever that looks like. I just don't want you working day and night that you don't get to see your kids, and you look over and you like, wow, my son potty trained himself because I wasn't there to help. That happened to me. My daughter potty trained herself because the way I used to build my business, I just didn't pay attention like that. And I was just surprised. She knew how to go to the potty by herself. And I was like, whoa, when did that happen? And so, yeah, that's a full category or a picture of what it is that I'm going to be sharing, and really helping people make sure that they set those foundational pieces up in their business so that you could be like me, not be like me, but be like the version of you that you want to be. And I'll give an example of myself. I am a Navy spouse with a husband that lives in a different country, 2 toddlers under the age of 4. She just had a birthday, under the age of 4, and I'm running 2 businesses. And I still get 8 hours of sleep a night. And I work less than like 30 hours a week right now. And it's just me. So I know that was a mouthful.
No, I mean, there's so much in there that I love. The hard part is going to be like remembering to go back and like hit on all those points. But the first thing that, I mean, I loved everything, don't get me wrong. But like the first major thing that you said that really hit me was that we should be planning for the life that we want, not the struggle bus we're on right now. And we're all in a different position, right? We're all in a different place, especially during this pandemic. We're all in a different place, but we're all facing struggles right now. And it's so easy to make a business decision based on what you think is going to get you out of the current struggle. But what you're saying is we can't forget the struggles really, but put the struggles on the back burner for a second, make that big picture goals. And when we shoot for those struggles are going to be addressed, just by nature of shooting bigger.
Absolutely. Because if you think about it, and I keep getting reminded this, when they have like those, I don't know what they're called, but like the dual teaching classes where they have 2 grades in the same class, when they have 2 grades in the same class, they teach to the higher level, not the lower level. And so when you're building a business and trying to figure out where you need to be, don't focus on what is there now, focus on where you want to go. And yes, it does start eliminating issues and problems, and you start making quicker decisions on like where you're going to spend your time, what courses you're going to buy, how you want to invest in yourself, what team members you need to invest in. If you're at that point, it really changes your focus. It adjusts your focus to the life you want to live compared to where you are today.
And that's a great example too, the schooling example. And I think even if you're not a homeschooler in that situation, you can relate to that as a parent. So the second major thing that you said that I really liked was talking about the fact that, your existing clients, your current clients, they're your best clients. So leverage them, find ways to leverage them and leverage that word of mouth.
Once someone says yes to you, they're more than likely traveling in a community of other people who are on the same path as them. Therefore, when you serve them and serve them well, they're going to tell people, oh, I learned this from, this woman or this man or whoever this is, this business. And you definitely need to follow them, because we find ourselves referring people all the time or telling people, oh, you need to follow this Instagram channel, or, oh, subscribe to this YouTube channel. So when you serve the people who already said yes, and you serve them well, they're going to be like, girl, I know somebody that can help you. Come on, let me give you my mentor information. And they become like this army of salespeople. Technically, they become salespeople for you.
And the third thing is the automation piece, which is so important. There's so many tools and systems out there that can automate different aspects of your business. I mean, this summit is a perfect example. I'm doing 99% of this on my own, but I've got the system set up to automate things on the back end so that my speakers, from what I've heard, feel supported, they feel informed, they feel like it's organized, and I'm spending time on it, but I could be spending a lot more time if I had to be manually processing every single email that goes out and every single reminder that goes out. So leveraging those automations, especially if you're in a point where you can't afford to outsource yet, because outsourcing is the goal, but I also believe that you need to be in the trenches before you outsource it. So before I outsource the summit, I want to know what it's like to put it on from beginning to end. So leveraging those automations is key. And even once you are outsourcing, if you've got the automations in place, you're spending less money outsourcing because the automations tend to be more affordable. So I love that you're also addressing that aspect.
My philosophy is, if you've done something or you will do something more than 3 times, create a template, figure out how to automate it, see if there's a system or tool that you're already using first before you invest in a new system that could possibly help you. And you will save yourself so much time compared to, like, people don't realize the health impact that it has on them. Like, if you running a business, you have no automations in place, but a client spends money with you, and you have to figure out, oh, I got to send them this welcome packet, or I need to send them this email, and it's constantly like this long to-do list, like weighing down on your shoulders, that actually affects you more mentally, emotionally, and even your energy than you even really probably notice, because you don't have anything automated. Like I'm pretty sure that once you kind of set all of that up for the summit, you just see, oh, somebody did this, and oh, they already got the form and they signed that contract, and it's just so like, oh, freeing, and like,
yeah,
you're just sitting back, just chilling.
Just letting the systems work, and letting, the deliverables, letting the things that you need roll in. And then when I need something, I know right where to go to look for it, and it's there.
Yes.
And you can't beat that.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot beat that.
Especially when you're a busy and sometimes scatterbrained parent. And I don't say that in a mean way, but when there's so much going on, it's easy to forget things. So being able to have those systems in place is crucial.
Yes, because I literally was going to post on my Facebook yesterday, in need of a nap. Somebody come save me. I've hit my kid capacity for the day. Because it's how you feel sometimes. Like, especially now with us kind of being in COVID, we're locked up with our families, which is amazing, because I feel like I've never been this close to my family. But then also when you have younger kids that need you for everything, down to my daughter letting me know when she has to potty, like, if they need you to like focus on them so much, you never really have time for your brain to just be quiet and like sit and settle. And then if you have your kids, your spouse, if you have a spouse, and your clients all needing something from you, it can get very overwhelming very quickly.
Yeah. Well, listen, this has been amazing. I think you are amazing. I cannot wait until your summit session. Just again, the summit is happening June 8th through the 12th, and your session is on June 12th. But I do encourage you to check out, the entire summit. You can get your tickets for free at becomeinfluential.com. And like I said, make sure you seek out Kristin's session that will be on Friday, and don't miss it. Your wallet will thank you. Your family will thank you. It's going to be a great session.
Thank you. And it was so amazing having this conversation and just being a part of all of this. As I was telling Meg before we got started, this is my first time being a part of a summit, and I feel like it's been amazing and organized, detailed, and like, I know exactly what I need to do, when I need to do it, which works for me as a military spouse. Like, you gave me the details, so I'm happy.
Okay. And I can't wait for the actual summit to happen, because I know that all of this prep is going to pay off, and it is going to be amazing.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk soon.